Welcome to Robot Wars, featuring 36 competitors, 5 house robots, 1 arena, dozens of hazards. Each heat, our competitors are aiming for a place in the finals. But in order to do that, they'll have to dodge the house robots and each other. All on the quest to be Robot Wars champion. Let the wars begin. This is Robot Wars, where another 6 robots fight it out to the death to earn themselves a place in the semi-finals. Previously, the 4th seeds, Thor II, stunned us all once more as it defeated Wild Things in its opening fight, then in one of the most controversial fights we've ever seen in the wars, defeated the much fancied Razor, where it qualified for the heat final once more, and it was up against the Witch Doctor, which put up a great fight. But ultimately, Matilda's flip was final. Out went Witch Doctor, and Thor through to the semi-finals. So, without further ado, let's see which 6 robots this week will be fighting for a place in the finals.
From Portsmouth, Adriel 2.
Barmy, bonkers and berserk, and that's just a few words to describe Adriel's run last year. It did reach the semi-finals this year. It's ranked number 6. Can it do one better with those huge wheels? It has slightly changed the design of the weapon. Hopefully that'll be enough to secure itself a place in the finals.
From Hyperspace, APD3.
The original anti-pit device. First seen in the 4th Wars, it has stunned us with its ability to get out of the arena as well. This time though, it comes back as a veteran. It did lose in its heats last year. Can APD rise once again?
From Dorking, Radar Response.
It's responded well in the past as Radar Response, once a series semi-finalist. It did unfortunately lose in the heats last year and the 5th Wars too. It is back though with a bigger flipper. It'll have you in its radar from the word activate.
From Carnforth, NITRIDE.
Dubbed the coolest machine in the war zone. NITRIDE are back for revenge as they got destroyed in the last series by Cassius 2. It did reach the heat final. Their aim is to grapple you in those arms and dump you into the pit of oblivion.
From Placerville, Tombstone.
Their aim is to bury you 6 feet under, and that's just into the pit of oblivion. Tombstone has an incredible spinner. They did qualify for the series all the way from the US of A. However, it is untested in this arena, but they are incredibly fast, nimble and manoeuvrable and invertible. Tombstone certainly does have the power to bury its opponents.
From Cornwall, Disembowler.
Disembowler have a unique weapon on the front. It's a rotating drill, which certainly caused problems in the last series of the wars. They were unfortunate though to lose to Revolutionist. They do return this time. They say that their effective weaponry is more powerful this time around. Let's see how they do as we emerge and head over to Refbot and round 1. And this is how the knockout stage looks like. We've got an epic fight coming third with Radar Response against Tombstone. Look at that. APD against NITRIDE. But first it's the seeded Adriel 2 versus Disembowler. Remember, it's not over yet for our losers. And here is the first round match. In the arena for us, it's the Bully of Shut. He will twist and torment you.
Robot ears, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Adriel to the left there. Now Disembowler is going to find it very, very difficult to get a hold of Adriel because, let's face it, not a lot of robots could really get hold of Adriel in the last war as it comes in bouncing around. As you can see already, it's squashed poor Disembowler with that attack. Look at this. It came in from the top. Not intentional. Never is with Adriel 2. As it comes in, it just flattens the top, and has that in any way destroyed Disembowler's weapon? I don't think it'll be able to work. Oh, it is spinning just about as it slams in towards the button, and it has activated Shunt. Shunt comes out of his CPZ now. He has 10 seconds to completely annihilate one of the robots, and it looks like he's attacking Adriel. There he is in the corner there with Adriel fighting to and fro. Adriel, yes, is big and colossal, but like those wheels are just so exposed, it is unbelievable. But Disembowler, I don't think, has the weaponry, the effective weaponry to attack Adriel. Well, as you can see, Adriel has already squashed poor Disembowler as it is trying to, and it's on the floor flipping. Goodness me, that flipper is trying to lift 110 kilos there of machinery. It struggled greatly. That's the first time I think I've seen the flipper struggle to lift such a machine up and over as it comes in bouncing around again. Disembowler really, I think, has been knocked into a daze. I don't think it really knows what to do. And look at that attack from Adriel. That is huge. It's completely destroyed the weapon. Look at this side attack. It used the weapon effectively. Look at that. On the side, on the attack in towards Shunt now. Oh, goodness me. Well, Adriel is now on its side. It can't get it. Well, it has done. Disembowler here in all sorts of trouble. Not helped with the matter of coming in towards Shunt's perimeter. As now Adriel comes in once more. Adriel 2 on the side of Disembowler. I think Disembowler's just been knocked into submission. It really just doesn't know what's hit it. Well, I can tell you, Adriel 2, the 6th seed, already on its way to another second round fight as it comes in. Now, surely, it's going to have to be extremely careful by going out the arena here because it is just on the edge. Shunt coming in for the close-up view there. Adriel, I think if those Perspex sheets weren't there on the wall, they would have been out the arena. It's going to have to be very careful. It has gone out the arena. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. This is why we love Adriel. This is why we love the machine. However, I think there's controversy in the arena. I really do. I think Refbot should have come in and counted out Disembowler. Look at this attack. Obviously, Adriel 2 on top, literally, from the word activate. Even though they're out of control, they sustain damage. I don't think the floor flipper did much, but really, Disembowler was just smashed into submission. Then we saw Adriel stuck. Shunt caused extra damage to Disembowler's wheel, but then this happened. This is what I mean. This is why we love Adriel. It's so unpredictable. It just flies out the arena. An easy decision for me, really. Yes, the judges have confirmed Disembowler were immobilised for 30 seconds before Adriel 2 self-destructed and flew outside the arena. Next up, talking of getting back onto the arena, it's APD3 against NITRIDE.
Robot teams, stand by.
The Master of Mayhem, Sir Killalot, patrols the arena.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, on paper, APD3 is the veteran and the robot to look out for in this heat, but NITRIDE did so well last time around in the wars. It's such a unique design it can lift, and actually APD3's shape and design and the way it is actually perfect for the grasp of APD3 as it tries to come in. But you see, the thing is, NITRIDE's got to get in that grip, but APD3 is so quick and manoeuvrable and nippy around the arena, it's going to be very difficult for NITRIDE to get a hold of. Oh, and it has done. I think it's just pinned itself against APD3, but no, there we can see it has just got him in the grasp, and this is exactly the way I would have expected NITRIDE to grapple at APD3, and it has done, but it's smashed onto the arena floor. And actually, NITRIDE, this is backfired for NITRIDE because they are now the spike pit. APD3 are also now on the spike pit, which they're going to have to get themselves away from very quickly, as NITRIDE can self-right using its arm mechanism. It's very, very unique, very clever design. It does seem a little bit lopsided and unbalanced, though, doesn't it? Despite this, though, I think they're just about on top here, because APD3 are still stuck on the spike pit. Remember, the Roboteers have got to avoid the hazards on the arena, as well as each other. And look at this. This is such a plucky, courageous attempt here from NITRIDE, getting in and flipping APD3 up and over. APD3 now has come back strong as it slams poor NITRIDE against the arena wall. Goodness me, the arena wall took an absolute pounding there. Look at this slam into the wall, and it ricocheted off and hit Refbot, who won't take kindly to that. Has that just about ended NITRIDE? Has that knocked it out? It was a hell of a slam against the arena wall. Now they're stuck in towards the corner patrol zone, up in the corner there. Now APD3, I think, just about on top here. NITRIDE need to get themselves away from trouble, because if they don't start moving soon, Refbot will come in to count down the machine. And now it's being shoved in towards the Kilolot's corner patrol zone, which won't help things. Oh, and I like APD trying to get NITRIDE out the arena from on top of it. NITRIDE again going back on towards the spike pit. What on earth are they doing? They've just about survived that attack here. Oh, and APD3! Well, it's 2 in a row out the arena. Look at this shove. It wasn't really a great shove. It just sort of happened. It was like watching it in slow motion, and here we are just watching it in slow motion. Now look at that shove from APD3. Amazing. It's in bits and pieces. Brilliant stuff. Well, you have to give NITRIDE credit here. I mean, they did so well as they came in for the attack, lifting APD3. This is a veteran of the wars, APD3, and they're just toying with it like a toy. Well, it is a toy. But anyway, as it slams it down on towards the spike pit, they misplaced the position. They actually got themselves in a lot of trouble there, and from then on, really, that was it. That was the crucial moment, getting stuck in the spike pit, because look at that slam. APD3 in complete control from then on. And then this is the shove. I didn't even anticipate this happening. Look at that. Out goes NITRIDE. Well, APD3 can revel in glory there at another win. Next up, Radar Response versus Tombstone.
Robot ears, stand by.
Going to be an interesting fight, this. Patrolling is Sir Kilolot in the corner patrol zone.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Straight from the activate, you can hear Tombstone's disc revving up as Radar Response comes in. The experience here now coming in. Now, the thing is, Tombstone is invertible. Oh, and the stops come off. Oh, it slammed it right in towards the middle wall, and it's completely destroyed the Perspex arm. I don't believe it. I'm absolutely stunned. I've never seen that much damage ever. I'm speechless. Look at this. It came in and the weapon, the actual weapon of Tombstone did the damage. Look at that. It's shattered. The Perspex sheet. I do not believe it. I am speechless. Just when you think you've seen everything, this happens. That's 3 in a row. Tombstone. They've just sent themselves to an early grave. Look at the damage of the arena. I don't know how we're going to fix this. The wars, the heat is going to have to stop until we can get that fixed, because the arena is unsafe. That is the power of these discs that are coming through. Tombstone's weapon, frightening. Radar Response's flip, even more frightening. I'm speechless. Tombstone. Goodness me, high hopes tossed even higher. And then the mighty fall. Radar Response through impressively. And this is the lineup for the playoffs. Goodness me, what more drama can we see in this heat already? And look at this, the arena now prepared. It's got a big gash down the middle.
Robot ears, stand by.
Well, just to add insult to injury, Matilda patrols the arena, and she can come into play if you veer into her corner.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, we've got to give Tombstone the benefit of the doubt here. It seems to have an awesome weapon, but we didn't really see it. It did more damage to the arena than it did to the competitors. Radar Response safely through, of course. Now, one robot will survive this to join the 3 winners, and at the moment, I think Tombstone is just about on top of that. Look at that blade, it's ferocious. You can hear it humming. And it is invertible, of course, the machine, which has health. Now then, NITRIDE have got themselves right stuck into there. Look at that. Into Tombstone's innards. Oh, and it's just one of Tombs. Oh, I'm losing track of the names. NITRIDE has just been completely destroyed by Tombstone. NITRIDE here. The message here from Tombstone, get back into your grave and stay there They have just completely obliterated NITRIDE. The wheels have come off. One side of the one of the side arms has come off. Tombstone now in complete control, and poor NITRIDE is out. There is no way that robot can come back now from that. The wheels have come off, and now Disembowler's running away. It's trying so hard to avoid this amazing weapon. I tell you something now, we can now appreciate the power of Tombstone. We do know of Tombstone, but not in this arena. They are well known across the pond in the USA, but not in this arena. They are causing quite the stir here as they come in. They're doing quite well here against, Disembowler is doing quite well to withstand the power of Tombstone. Unfortunately, NITRIDE hasn't survived this encounter with the disc as RefBot, well, as soon as possible, I think RefBot's counter will start, and it has done. There we can see NITRIDE finish 6th in the heat this time around. Disembowler now. I think the front's come off. It has, and the weapon, it's just been flipped, and it's been ripped to shreds by this disc. And look, they both end on the floor flipper as Tombstone now comes in. Oh, goodness me, they've both been flipped by the flipper. This is a deadly weapon. I tell you what, they really are a threat now as they descend the pit of oblivion. As you can see in the arena there, Tombstone's disc stops. Matilda now comes in with the flip on what was once a worthy machine. Both of them, they've just been completely destroyed. Again, they flip and it nearly goes into the pit. What a flip from the flipper. And finally, Tombstone sends NITRIDE 6 feet under. Well, look at this impact. The wheels went. That's the power of this disc. The thing is, Tombstone's weapon is actually very low to the ground, so it managed to get in underneath and destroy the wheels. And then we saw the power of the disc rip into. It wasn't really the disc impact. It's sort of up and over and back down it went, and that was it. No coming back for either machine. Tombstone, the clear winner, and then one final flip from the arena. It's an attack from underneath and nearly went into the pits, finally shoved into the grave from Tombstone. They advance to the semi-finals and they're going to meet APD3. What an encounter that is. All 4 robots, veterans of the wars, but first, Adriel versus Radar Response.
Robot units, stand by.
As we watch the first of our heat semi-finals, Adriel, the seeded machine, is against a veteran. We have another veteran in the wars, it's Dead Metal.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Both worthy machines here. Adriel, of course, coming back from the 6th wars, from the semi-finals, hence its 6th seeding, and Radar Response, once a series semi-finalist. So it's going to be an interesting fight here, because Radar Response really can't attack Adriel, as it is invertible. And I suppose Adriel can't really get a hold of Radar Response. It's going to be interesting. Look at a massive good flip. What a great attack there. That's a very rare thing to do against Adriel because you can't get hold of it. So Radar Response was incredibly fortunate to get a hold. Oh, nearly got Adriel out the arena. Unfortunately, the weight of Adriel just saving it, bounced back into the arena. The spin now of Adriel too. Now remember, this is straight knockout now. There is no redemption for either robot. So they're going to have to win this. It's winner takes all going through to the heat final. And another good flip we just saw there from Radar Response. And another one, if they just get themselves pinned in against the wall, that's right. Unfortunately, though, they were in an area of the arena where they couldn't really toss Adriel out the arena. And look at this spin. Adriel's here in all sorts of trouble here now. Radar Response just about on top, I think, as it came in with another great attack there. Now, can Adriel get itself back into the game here, into the arena? They're going to have to be very careful. See, Radar Response is finding these gaps on Adriel's side to flip and use the flipper effectively. Remember, they are limited with the gas. It is a CO2 flipper, and they're going to have to be very careful not to get attacked because they do have exposed pipes on the side there. Adriel very close again to going out the arena. This is going to be a very close fight if it does go to judges so far. I think Radar Response, like I said before, is just about on top. Adriel are going to need some points here. They're going to need to do something now. Hang on, is Radar Response's flipper raised? It seems to be raised here. I'm not sure why. Is there a problem with the gas cylinder, the pipes? I'm not too sure. Oh, look at this! Adriel 2's spinning! Well, I tell you, I don't think they could have got themselves back onto the arena from there. They were very lucky to survive that. But look at Radar Response's weapon. It's not come down, has it? It's been up there for about 30 seconds now. I think they're limping here. Adriel now coming back on the attack as they slam into the button, and the rogue robot now comes into play, and Sir Killalot has freedom of the arena for 10 seconds, and it's lifting and taking advantage and flipping. Radar Response now. Look at this, and the gas canister is susceptible now from Killalot's claw, and he's just got right underneath there. Has this done any damage to poor Radar Response? They were in complete control here. I don't know what has happened to the weapon, but Killalot has just flipped Radar Response, and they are in all sorts of trouble now. I don't think they can get themselves away from there. Killalot, I think, has done all the damage. Excellent skill from Adriel to press the button to activate the rogue robot, and once again, the rogue robot has completely changed the fight. This is the added addition, and it has worked very well. Our robots, our competitors, making the most of this button in the arena now. Look at this. We are going to go to a judge's decision. To be honest, I think Radar Response has been immobile for longer than 30 seconds. It will be confirmed. We do officially, technically, go to a judge's decision. Well, look at this. Radar Response in complete control on top. They were pushing, flipping, shoving into the corner patrol zones, nearly out the arena as well on many occasions. And look at this. This was when Adriel was balanced and could have just been left there to be counted out. But no, Radar Response came back in for the attack. The flipper was raised. The button was activated for the rogue robot, pressed by Adriel, and Killalot took over. Adriel, one final attack, and there the damage caused. Well, for me, there's only one winner. It is. It's Adriel 2 from the attack on the house robots, which has helped it get through to another heat final. We say goodbye to Radar Response for another series. They have been very unfortunate not to get through. Next up, APD3 and Tombstone. What a weapon this is. How will APD3 deal with this weapon?
Robotic, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Now as the disc, you can just hear it howl in the arena. It's great to listen to. It's the ferocity, the scariness of this machine as it comes in. Now then, APD3 coming in for the kill. And again, something else coming off the back of Tombstone there as part of its armour. And again, the top. The Tombstone's stone has come off. The gravestone has come off. Look at this attack from APD3. And look, it's just completely shattered the top of the armour as it comes slamming in once more. APD3 now on doing all of the work here, avoiding very cleverly the disc. Now then, the front of APD3 has just been ripped off by the disc. That was absolute chaos. I didn't even realise that had just happened, but look, it has done. APD3 now have not got the ground clearance at the front to get in underneath the disc, so this is going to be an interesting fight. What can APD3 do here now? They're in towards the kill lot. You do not want to stay there, APD3, because they're going to flip you, and this is where, of course, Tombstone can take advantage and get into the innards if, of course, the kill lot, as he is doing, is flipping APD3 over to reveal those exposed wheels. Now, APD3 have changed their design, the underbelly for this series, to avoid themselves breaking up, as they have done on many occasions in the past. Veterans will remember twice, certainly, that they have been susceptible to a disc and a flipper and have come crashing down to the arena, breaking up. And they're doing very well to survive here against Tombstone, who clearly are now on top as Killalot closes in for the kill. As you can see here now, the wheels there just about... Oh, they've come off! Never mind anything else, they've just been ripped off, and that's it! Tombstone! Oh, I've just destroyed the innards of APD3. There is nothing now that machine can do. It's done it again. It did it to NITRIDE, and it's just completely torn the innards of APD3 out. It's becoming a bit of a habit. APD3 breaking up mid-fight and losing once more in the heats to a very underrated outsider, Tombstone. This is one to watch. I mean, can you imagine a fight, Tombstone versus a robot like, I don't know, Revolutionist, maybe later in the wars? Wouldn't that be a great fight to see as it comes in again on towards APD3's poor wheels, and in comes Refbot to count out APD3, and this is the it and over. And it's the end for APD3's campaign for the 7th Wars, coming back once more to try and get back up to where it came once upon a time, 4th place. It is a worthy machine, keeps coming back again and again. Unfortunately, we didn't see its party trick by resurrecting itself out of the pit, because its flipper and self-writer just came off. Tombstone progresses in dramatic style through to this week's heat final, where it'll meet the 6th seed Adriel 2. And what a route both these machines have taken to get this far. Of course, Adriel has to start as the favourite, despite its first fight against Disembowler. It's completely, well, it kamikazed itself. It sustained damage as well from the flipper, and then it kamikazed itself out the arena, even though it did get the judge's decision to go through. And again, it wasn't by Adriel, it was by the house robots, which meant Adriel went through to the heat final. So really, Adriel 2 has been incredibly lucky, I think, to get this far, but it is the 6th seed, so it has to have respect, and it's just so unreliably colossal. We love it. But this is the story. This was the match of the night. Tombstone, despite going out, came through the losers melee, defeating NITRIDE in dramatic fashion, as well as Disembowler. Nothing left of either robot. It was the first proper performance. Like I said, very unlucky not to survive the knockout stage. Came through to the heat semi-finals and beat APD3, the veteran of Robot Wars. For me, despite being a novice to this arena, has to start as the favourite for this heat final. That bar, deadly. We've seen it in action. Can this stun us all and get through to the semi-finals?
Robotic stand up.
Overseeing the fight is Shunt and Matilda, a great pairing in the arena.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Now, Tombstone in delight here, because those wheels on Adriel are very exposed. However, because they're so big and colossal, it'll be difficult for Tombstone to actually get hold and start slicing and dicing those wheels apart. And of course, we know Adriel, look at this, has already caused damage to the top of Tombstone. That keeps coming off as Adriel descends the Pit of Oblivion. So now that's an added extra obstacle for Adriel to avoid. We know it's not in control a lot of the times, so they're going to have to be extremely careful of the pit as it now has come into play. But look at this, this is the first real impact onto Tombstone, once more coming off again, but it doesn't affect Tombstone obviously, so it can continue the fight. Oh, look at this, it's bouncing all over the place, and now towards the floor flipper, goodness me, and once again Adriel is susceptible to that floor flipper now then, as Tombstone now tries to come in. I know what it's trying to do here, it's trying to get into the innards, into the... Oh, it has just done it! It's trying to get that weapon to come off, and now, really, Adriel have no weapon to come into fight. Adriel now under pressure. Tombstone can take advantage, and are we about to see the 6th seeds head to an early grave? I think so, because Tombstone have just destroyed the weapon, and Adriel now are in a lot of trouble. Is their luck finally going to run out? They have done tremendously well in both last series and this series to get so far. And it's gone in. It's gone in. Well, that was impressive. Not a lot Adriel 2 could do to win the fight after its weapon went. It did the damage there, but that was pretty much it. Tombstone came in and finished Adriel 2 off. and that was dramatic. Adriel 2's luck runs out and ends 6 feet under. Goodbye, Adriel. For now, Tombstone marches on to the series semi-finals.